IHT Hotel School. What a beautiful day it is to welcome you here on our campus, situated in the northern suburbs of Odendal, Cape Town, South Africa. So, without further ado, let's get inside, grab a coffee, and then we can show you what IHT is all about. Thank you, Emil. That looks so good. All right, while we enjoy our coffee, I'm going to hand you over to Anton and Kari Smith, the founders of IHT Hotel School. They will tell you a little bit more about what we do here at IHT.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. My name is Kari Smith and I'm the founder of IHT Hotel School. I'm so glad you can join us today, and I want to tell you there is life after COVID-19, especially a hospitality life. And why do I say that? Because in the hospitality industry, I believe we are part of what we call an essential service. Why? Because people will always need to travel. And those people, it doesn't matter if they're traveling for business and if they are traveling for leisure, they need to be able to stay somewhere, be it in a 5-star hotel or in a bed and breakfast establishment. Or it might just be that those people are the people that need to eat. It doesn't matter where we are, they all form part of what we call a global hospitality industry. One thing that this COVID-19 brought about is it challenged all of us to start thinking outside of the box. Just think about it. Last year this time you would never imagine that next year in your matric year you would be sitting maybe in your lounge in your pajamas, still in class in a virtual classroom, looking at your friends and at your teacher on a mobile screen or even on your laptop screen. It has challenged you to start thinking outside of the box.
Hi, I'm Anton Smith, the Commercial Manager for IHT Hotel School, and thank you for tuning in to our virtual open day today. Did you know that IHT is the only higher educational hotel school in the northern suburbs of Cape Town? And for the last 22 years, hundreds and hundreds of students have graduated from IHT and currently find themselves in national and international strategic positions worldwide. We are proud of our campus as IHT Hotel School is situated in the beautiful upmarket area of Odendal in the northern suburbs of Cape Town. Our campus buildings was declared a national monument in 1980, and we are situated on a 2,000 square meter piece of land with terraces rolling down to a river. Wow, isn't this a peaceful environment to study in?
The hospitality industry is one of those industries where we are constantly thinking about doing things outside of the box. If you want to stay part of this industry, you always need to be one step ahead. Be it that you might be a barman, you need to make sure that you're one step ahead of the barman next door. Why? If you can have the ability to just flare your bottles when making a cocktail, it will ensure that your customers come running back to you. In that same way, I know that in the hospitality industry, every single day, we are being challenged with things like, what can I do in order to wow my customers, to make sure that they come back to us, to make sure that I add a wow factor that will ensure that the customers keep on coming back to my establishment, be it in a bar or a hotel. Let me give you another example. The Hilton Hotel in Japan, for instance, have a little robot that is their concierge, and every millennial wants to book at that hotel. Why? Because they want to take a picture next to a talking robot and then have the ability to post it on their Instagram to say, yo dudes, I was there, come have a look. And I want to say to you that thinking outside of the box is one of the essential things we need in the hospitality industry. And if you know that you are wired in a way that you always want to make sure that you think outside of the box, creating an experience to people that would want them to come back to you for good service, and you want to become part of this global industry, I want to invite you today to come and have a look what we have to offer in IHT Hotel School that will help you to become part of the essential service called the hospitality industry in the future.
At IHT, we offer a personal, nurturing environment to our students, and it's part of our values that we feel we have a responsibility to invest more in our students than just academics. Because IHT Hotel School is a private higher education, our classes are smaller, which is much better for the transfer of skills and is excellent for learning delivery.
I really believe the hospitality industry is an industry that is part of the essential services, and it's an industry that will always be with us. It doesn't matter what the situation around us economically, globally, what we are facing. Hospitality is one of those things that will always be here. It's an essential service. And if you want to be part of this global industry, I want to invite you to come and have a look at what we offer at IHT Hotel School to help you to become part of this global industry.
And like Kari Smith, our CEO, said, IHT is definitely the vehicle to bring you into this essential world of the global hospitality industry. Why is IHT your vehicle? Our program is in essence a business management program with a hospitality flavor. Our content is very unique, and hospitality business management forms the basis of many other career paths that you can follow. At IHT Hotel School, we offer paid internships. Isn't that a great way to start your career by getting paid while you do in-service training? So there you have it. This is just a few points why IHT Hotel School is tailor-made for you.
I want to thank you for tuning in today, and I really look forward in hearing from you, and I cannot wait to see how we can help you to become part of this global industry.
Hi guys, welcome to IHT Hotel School's virtual open day, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Annemarie, and I'm here to tell you a little bit more about what we offer at IHT Hotel School. We train and equip students with the skills needed to become leaders of tomorrow's hospitality establishments. What do we offer? We offer a 3-year full-time diploma in hospitality management, meaning that you receive university-level education, including a broad subject content based on the different sectors of hospitality, as well as internships at top 4- and 5-star hotels throughout South Africa, as well as abroad. The focus of our program is hospitality, service, management, business, as well as entrepreneurial skills transfer to our students. Year 1 of the program focuses on practical application of the theoretical knowledge that our students gain in their classes at IHT Hotel School. In Year 2 and 3 of the program, the focus shifts towards the management, business, and entrepreneurial skills. Year 2 of the program requires our students to plan and execute charity events for Touching Lives, a non-profit organization started up by IHT Hotel School in 2010. This teaches them the value of community service. In Year 3 of the program, students are required to stretch their managerial muscles when setting up business plans for hospitality businesses that they came up with. So that concludes what we offer at IHT Hotel School. So how are we able to do that? We do it by providing a quality academic service. What does that mean? When you study at IHT Hotel School, you receive a quality guarantee on the diploma that you receive at the end of your 3 years of studies. IHT Hotel School is registered with the Department of Higher Education and Training. The program we offer, the Diploma in Hospitality Management, is also accredited by South African Council of Higher Education and Training on an NQF Level 6. We also create a learning environment for our students that encourages their development, both intellectually as well as personally. In the classroom, our focus is on optimal skills transfer. We are able to offer this due to the smaller classroom setup that we offer at IHT Hotel School. Our classes never exceed 20 to 30 students in a classroom. Our students also have a lot of contact time with their lecturers. Apart from contact time in a classroom setup, our students also receive additional assistance from lecturers in the form of consultations. Students that struggle with certain work concepts are able to schedule time on the consultation board to get the additional assistance from their lecturers.
We also offer our students a broader experience of the industry by not just offering class experience, but also industry experience. Our students are taken out into industry to experience what the industry is about. This includes site inspections at some of our partner hotels, visits to wine farms, as well as a lot of other beverage outings. We also have a counselor on staff at IHT Hotel School that assists our students that need additional emotional support. Our campus culture at IHT Hotel School is also very unique. We are very well known for our family-oriented culture at IHT. When you come and study here, we know you by name, and you are certainly not just a number to us. Our program greatly relies on our relationships with industry partners throughout the global hospitality industry. When you come study at IHT Hotel School, you will complete 2 internships, either local or abroad. This will mean that by the time you graduate as an IHT Hotel School at the end of your 3rd year, you will have completed a full year of experience that you can add to your CV when applying for positions in our industry. Our relationships include Marriott International, the Liz McGrath Collection, the One and Only Resorts, Fan Court in George, the Newmark Hotel Group, as well as the Royal Portfolio. A quick overview of where some of our students completed their internships during their studies at IHT Hotel School. Jessica Mtsweni completed her first-year internship at Sky Villa in Plettenberg Bay. Caroline Smith completed hers at Motswari Private Game Reserve, which forms part of the Newmark Hotel Group. Jordan Urdang completed his final year internship at the Westin in Dubai. With your IHT diploma in hand, you will be able to work all across the globe. A quick glimpse of where some of our students are currently working. Reinhard Korf, an IHT graduate, is currently the Senior Hotel Pre-Opening Manager for the Citizen M Hotel Group. They recently opened a brand new hotel in Seattle in America. Leora Ment, also an IHT graduate, is currently an event planner at Century City Conference Center and Hotel. This is also the establishment where Leora completed her final year internship before being offered a permanent position to join the team. Stefan Huggett, also an IHT graduate at IHT Hotel School, is currently the Sales and Marketing Executive at the Spear Wine Estate in Stellenbosch. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of the open day.
Hi, my name is Almari Kryanuw and I am a lecturer at IHT Hotel School. One of the subjects I offer is beverage service, and therefore today we are making a cocktail. On my right, I have my right-hand man, Emil. And Emil, you can just introduce yourself.
My name is Emil Odendal. I'm a second-year student at IHT Hotel School, and I'll be assisting Ms. Kryanuw for today.
So there's a little bit of knowledge, Emil. I might test you on something. So I think one of the major things at IHT is we always want you to, whatever you do, there must be theory behind it. We can't only do practical. We need to know some theory. I'm always asking the question, what grew from the ground to make what you are consuming? Be it food, be it drink, how did it get to where it is? So today, with our theme being local is lekker, we went all the way and we are going Cape Town, Durbanville. So what I've got today is a rum produced in Durbanville. I think what is the most interesting, and this is where I'm going to test you now, is can you still remember at what degree of Celsius would alcohol start to evaporate when we distill it?
Ma'am, I think that would be 78 degrees.
Nice, 78 degrees Celsius. Now what is interesting about this rum is that it says on the bottle it is a cold distilled rum. So firstly, we need to figure out what grew in the ground to make this rum, and that would be sugarcane because it is made from molasses. When it is distilled, cold distilled, now water, interestingly enough, evaporates
At 100 degrees.
At 100 degrees Celsius, nice, and that is at sea level. What they did here when distilling this rum is in the distiller, it actually goes to a pressure the same as if you would go up into the stratosphere at 25 kilometers high. That's the same pressure that this was distilled with.
Basically space rum.
It's space rum, there we go. So this rum literally is it never went to boiling point, the water in there. So to 78 degrees, no. What happens at 25 kilometers above sea level is the pressure makes that this actually distills. The alcohol starts to evaporate 30 to 31 degrees Celsius, and it doesn't need to go to 78, which they now says is a lot better for the botanicals and everything that is used in here, so it never, gets to that high boiling point, which I think is amazing. Then this rum also won a 2017 Michelangelo Craft Rum Trophy, and if you're looking for this, you can buy it on Take-A-Lot.
No.
So this was it's fantastic for us to have this here as a local product. Then we thought, right, Emil and I did some thinking, and we were going, what will we do next, and what will we do that's like a local, and everyone is spekboom crazy. So we thought, right, in season, strawberries, spekboom, local rum, we can't go wrong. We're going to make a
Strawberry daiquiri.
Yes, sir. So we need to make a strawberry daiquiri. And the first thing you need when you make a daiquiri is a blender. You need some strawberries that are frozen, and we're going to add some stuff with that. So I think I'm going to talk you through it. And if you can open there for us and then put the strawberries in there, please.
Yes.
So we're going to just chuck everything in there. Let's make a nice batch. So we have strawberries. We have some crushed ice. During lockdown, you had to make a non-alcoholic cocktail. So at this stage, you would add some apple juice, you would add some lemon juice and things just to make it non-alcoholic. Let's not go back there again. So we are going to add some triple sec. So you can use your jigger. This little thing that you have maybe seen in your cupboard somewhere is not a little egg cup. It is called a jigger, so it gives us 25 mils and 50 mils of alcohol. I think, which one do you want to use? We need to use the 50 mils. Yes, thank you very much. Let's do 50 mils. So it's a double shot of triple sec, which is a liqueur that gives a nice orangey flavor. And then we're going to add in there some lime juice. So Emil, I don't know if you've ever seen this type of juicer.
Spaceship juicer.
Space rum, spaceship.
Juice.
It's there. So there you go. You can maybe just juice it up for us there. There we go. And we're going to use some fresh lime juice in there. Just cuts through the sweetness. If you ever use strawberries that are a little bit too sour to your taste, you can make a simple syrup, which is just 50% sugar, 1 part sugar, 1 part water. You can use boiling water from the kettle, just stir it around, and you've got a nice syrup that you can add in there. And you can pour that in there. There we go.
Beautiful.
And now, obviously, our space rum. So let's do a double shot. Maybe for good measure, we might add something more, but let's see.
I spilled.
There we go. Thank you. And now we're going to blend it all up.
I think we should be good.
I think that looks fantastic. So, tall glass, short glass. Let's do a tall glass. There we go. And obviously, if you're not going to make this with, would you like a bar spoon? Oh, you're okay with that?
Got it.
There
Thank
we
you.
go. Oh, so obviously, if you're not going to make this alcoholic, you would, instead of triple sec, you can do some apple juice, or you can do some lemonade that has no fizz in it, like our Sir juice here, which is also a local product. Let's not too much with a garnish.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Would you
Beautiful.
like to put a strawberry
Yes,
there
let's
on
do
the
that.
side, please, just for make it nice and pretty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And then obviously, if you put no alcohol in there, you have something nice to give to someone who is maybe allergic to alcohol, pregnant, children, whoever. And then after you made theirs, you just pour the rum in and you're good to go.
Awesome.
Excellent. Now over to the next one.
Yes.
So the first cocktail we made, Emil, was a blended cocktail. Now, I think I'm going to leave the shaking over to you since you're much better at shaking it than I am. And I think you're going to do the shaken cocktail. I'm going to do a built cocktail. And let's see where it goes from there using our local ingredients. So we have Fitch and Leeds drinks as well here. Some soda, water, some lemonade. And we'll guide each other through it as we go. So first things first, what I'm going to do muddling, which you can't do there shaking, is I don't know if you know, the excellent combination of strawberries and black pepper. Very. So we're going to put some black peppercorns, very few, in the bottom. You can do a couple of black peppercorns in your shaker, please. Can you remember what type of shaker this is, what we call it? Starts with a B. Boston. I lost you. Okay, Boston shaker, there we go. So what I'm doing now is, very few, there we go. What I'm doing now is I am muddling, so I'm basically just breaking the peppercorns up. You have to use a thick bottom glass for this, otherwise you're going to break a couple of glasses. Then I'm going to put some strawberries in here. Then our wonderful spekboom leaves. Have you ever tasted these, Emil?
Oh, I can't say that I have.
You should really eat it. They're very nice in salad. So it's a bit reminiscent of the old sirings that we used to eat as children. So I am now going to muddle this. What I've done is I've prepared some cut up strawberries and some cut up spekboom for you to put in your shaker. And now I'm just going to do a bit of muddling. When we muddle, what we're basically doing is we are releasing flavors. So I'm just breaking them up a little bit, releasing all the flavors, and it looks pretty when you're done. So what I'm going to do is put some crushed ice on top of my, there we go. I'm putting some crushed ice on top of my muddled ingredients. And for the shaker, what we don't want to do is we don't want to use crushed ice. What's going to happen?
It's going to create too much liquid in there.
Too much liquid, it's going to be watered down, so you are going to use some cubes of ice in there. Now, over our ice, we always want to pour our alcohol. So this rum has a very excellent, nice aftertaste of caramel. So it's really something that you can use in a cocktail, and that caramel smell taste will really come through. So I'm going to use a single tot from my jigger, pouring it in there, and a single tot for you. There we go.
Single or double?
Make it a single. I think that's what you need in that glass. There we go, no problem. That's it. So after your single shot of rum, we are going to just put a little bit of lemonade in there. So if you just want to pour a little bit of lemonade to create a bit more of liquid. Now the thing is why we can't use a carbonated drink inside a shaker. It's going to explode, but I can use a carbonated drink in my built cocktail. Built meaning I'm just putting all the ingredients in the glass step by step and then topping it up. So you have yours in there now, and now you can do some nice shaking for us, please.
Let's go.
Fantastic.
Should be good.
Looks fantastic.
Oh, yes.
So what we're doing with the Hawthorne strainer is we're just keeping everything, like the big pieces of ice and everything that's in there, we're keeping it back, and you're pouring that into the glass now. It looks absolutely fantastic. And now for a bit of sparkle. I'm going to top mine up with lemonade. Emil, would you like to top that one up with some soda water, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Just to give it a little bit of a sparkle. I think that looks absolutely amazing. So now we have a strawberry spekboom muddled drink. We have a strawberry spekboom shake and drink. I think mine looks a bit butch. I don't know. I don't think that suits
a bit
you
girly.
at all. No, let's do this rather.
There we go.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Enjoy.
Cheers.
So thank you, Emil, for all your help. Next up, over to some of our graduates.
Hi, my name is Vessel and I'm a past student from IHT Hotel School. Reflecting on my time as a student at IHT Hotel School, there's two kind of main things that stands out for me. The first thing was, the real application that comes with the knowledge that's gained from IHT through, internships and practical on-site training. But the other thing is the relationship side. And for me, I'm a guy that's super relational. I love building relationships that are meaningful and long-lasting. And IHT really facilitated that for me as a student. I mean, I'm still very good friends with a lot of people that were in my year group. And I think that's one of the most valuable takeaways for me. Yes, the knowledge was there, but also the relationship built and the relationships built with IHT. That's something I took and I kind of really cherished from my time at IHT.
I'm Lidine Prince and I graduated IHT Hotel School. IHT is such an amazing hospitality training school. I have learned so much. There is such a large variety of subjects, beginning from the basics of hospitality, running through all the way to business management and the principles of business management. I absolutely love the campus. It's so close-knit and we have such great interaction between our lecturers as well as the students. It has really been such a great joy to be at IHT Hotel School.
Hi, my name is Tuweli Hlekwenchula and I am an IHT graduate. I graduated in 2017 and my time at IHT was amazing. I got an opportunity to learn from the best, at the same time have so much support. We had an open door policy. I could walk into the office anytime and get the support that I needed. And as well as my peers were there to support me and to help me get through the hardest time. So it was an amazing time.
My name is Stefan Huggett. I was a student at IHT in 2004. I came to IHT. It was definitely one of the greatest experiences that I had there with the people that I met. And that really evolved my passion that I have for people. From a learning point of view, the subjects was very diverse, very open, which I realized going into my third year that it opened a lot more doors for me than only having to work in certain operational fields or things like that. So it was a very open course and I learned quite a lot.
Good day, my name is Kane Koppel and I'm a former student at IHT Hotel School. I finished my studies at the end of 2019 and from what I can tell you about my studies was my favorite part was the environment at IHT Hotel School that was created by the good fellowship of the students and the lecturers and their interactions with us. With regards to what I enjoyed most at IHT was the wide variety of subjects that were brought to us in terms of exposing us to different environments of the business. And at IHT, they specialized mostly in interaction, simply with people and different business environments. And the variety of subjects that we were introduced to helped us to understand how we needed to act in a large work environment like a hotel, for example.
So being an IHT opened a lot of doors for me. It introduced me to the industry. So first year I had my first internship and that was my first step in the industry. And lucky for me, I had the opportunity to go to One and Only. And I learned from the best. I was at Nobu restaurant, a Japanese restaurant, and I was at Ruben's restaurant. And I kind of figured myself where I wanted to be in the industry. And then for my third year, I found myself at the Marine Hotel. It was a smaller scale and it helped me to kind of figure out where exactly do I find myself in the industry, where do I want to be? And I specialized in food and beverage. And this helped me later on in life because I ended up at Del Mar, which is a restaurant by a Michelin star chef, Chef Fabio. And this restaurant specialized so much about doing the most for the guests, which is something that IHT always taught us, to learn more, to go beyond for our guests. And that is what they were wanting to bring across all the time. And I had an amazing time being in the US for a full year. And when I came back, I was able to step in the industry and shine and do more because I learned something extra when I was out there.
So after IHT, when we look at the doors opened, it really went beyond the hospitality industry for me. In about my second year, I found that I really had a passion for people and development of people in their workspace and in their career. So past IHT, I actually went back and did some further studies and actually joined IHT as a lecturer for a while. And I'm currently in a position where I'm actually working in the area of people and staff culture development with corporates. So IHT really opened doors beyond the hospitality industry for me. When I look at people in my year group as well, a lot of them went into the hospitality industry and they're very, very successful, growing as managers and leaders. And a lot of them have left the industry and kind of taken the knowledge from IHT and the passion and really gone into other industries to kind of apply themselves and be of value and be leaders in those industries as well.
What I loved about studying at IHT was during the 3 years of studies, you were introduced to formal placements at establishments of your choice. We, as students, received a list of various establishments in the city of Cape Town and just outside of Cape Town on where we could take a 4 to 6 month internship at the establishment. What we really enjoyed, I can speak on behalf of our whole class, about these internships that we were introduced to was just the amount of people and the amount of interaction we were allowed to have with such important people in these establishments was just phenomenal. And to gain experience from spending time with such skilled individuals, learning, meeting new people on a daily, it was just something that you can't experience in a different industry. During my first year of studies, at the end of the year, I completed an internship at Fancourt Golf Estate in George. What I can tell you about that experience was it opened my eyes completely with regards to how a hotel functions at whole. And a lot of people presume that a hotel is just a place of accommodation. But if you're inside the hotel and you're working behind the scenes, you learn to see that each department in a hotel contributes so much to the whole business at whole. And you don't necessarily have to be involved in any accommodation or enjoy being part of the accommodation industry to be in a hotel in particular, simply because there's so many other departments that you get to specialize in. Now, all these departments get broken down when studying at IHT, and that was very nice because we had a good introduction to what we were going into when we went to our placements.
Studying at IHT opened a lot of doors for me. Firstly, when I did my internship, they helped me to get my position at the Cullinan Hotel, where I did an operational job, and that also was easy for me to, with the subjects that we were doing, to learn at the same time in a workspace how that works. So putting it together, it gave me a very good understanding of what it is. So when I came back from my internship to do my last year, I really had a good understanding of the subjects much better. From there, when I qualified, I went on and did my own thing. And then I wanted to go back into the sales side of the hospitality industry. And again, I could go back to what I studied, as there was a lot of sales related subjects that laid a good foundation for me to be able to excel in my career further.
IHT Hotel School has opened doors for us in so many ways. We have 2 internships that we do during our course. And my first internship was at President Hotel, my third internship at Queen Victoria Hotel. And in both establishments, I have built such great relationship with managers and with team members that has opened doors for me in the industry. And for example, in my last internship, I actually was offered the permanent position as a guest relations officer at Dockhouse Boutique Hotel. That is a part of the group of the Newmark hotels. And that has just been such a great experience for me.
My second internship took place at Lanzarote Hotel and Spa in the last quarter of 2019. And what an experience that was. While being at Lanzarote Hotel and Spa, I was exposed to yet again more environments in the hospitality industry that I had no knowledge of and that I didn't realize I had so much enjoyment in. And during our studies at IHT, we were exposed to wine training and food and beverage service. And those weren't particularly my main interests before entering the industry. And while spending my time at these placements, I personally experienced a love and a passion for working with food and beverage. And to spend my time at an establishment like Lanzarote Hotel and Spa, where the quality of food and beverage and wine is so high, I developed more interest in the topic and became very more passionate about what I was doing in the industry.
So at the moment, I work for a company called Organizational Health Solutions, and we work in the area of staff and work culture development with corporates. We kind of go into companies and we look at what their obstacles are to performance, and we address them through addressing their culture.
So when I came back from overseas, an opportunity that I never thought I'll be able to have to travel. So, but obviously with IHT, I was able to pursue that dream. I found myself working at the AC Hotel by Marriott as a banqueting ambassador. And so we focus a lot on at conferences, at events, something that I did in my second year, and I found myself being able to input some of that knowledge into my work, and it made it so easy to transition into the events when I had been so long in restaurants. So that experience kind of propelled me into a position that I never thought I'll be in, and with IHT I was able to kind of smoothly transition into it.
My current position is Senior Sales Executive at Spear Wine Estate. I look after the corporate and leisure business for the leisure side of the hotel and all of our conference centers and our restaurants, etc. What I really enjoy of it is what I've learned through the years is that there is not just the operational side of the hotel industry. There's this fun side, the sales side, the side where you get to interact with new people, organize events, get out there and actually experience all of these things. It opens a lot more doors, and there's a whole other side to the hospitality industry. Obviously you just have to put in your hard yards first and learn all of it, but when you get to that point where you get to actually be involved with events and the sales side of things, it really turns into a whole fun working. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle, and it's a fun lifestyle.
During my time at Lanzarote Hotel and Spa, I was about 3 months in on my internship at the establishment, where they offered me a permanent position as assistant restaurant manager, which I of course grasped because I knew it was in my best interest and it was something I was really passionate about. And the skills and the environment that I was exposed to definitely equipped me for the position that I am in today. And I'm currently a restaurant manager at Evert Opstal Restaurant.
As a guest relations officer at Dock House Boutique Hotel, our hotel closed at the beginning of our lockdown and has been closed ever since. And this really gave me the opportunity during the lockdown to invest in my business. In our final year, we had the opportunity to start a business concept, and in this I started Loose Little Cakes, which is a bakery or a cake business that I have, and I really have a passion for baking and decorating, and I've really enjoyed it. And so in lockdown I could invest in this. I could really use the principles and the things that we learned in our final year to apply it to my business, which has really helped me with costings, with marketing, with advertising for my business, and now ultimately is my main source of income.
During the initial phase of the lockdown here in South Africa, we were faced with many difficult situations, and one of those situations were that we were unable to trade as a regular restaurant during this difficult time. And because of the fact that we cannot trade as a regular restaurant, we could not have guests come into the restaurant to dine with us. And at the end of the day, that is our main trade in the restaurant industry, and it was taken away from us. So we were blessed enough to sit and come up with a good business opportunity. And one of those beautiful opportunities was to apply for an essential service certificate, which we were granted 2 days after application. And from then on, we planned to open a fully equipped deli, and we stocked breads, pastries, your basics, your cheese, your milk, your eggs, your groceries in terms of pastas and vegetables and fruits. And we did all of this for the local community, simply so that they did not have to travel far distances to get their basics in order to stay safe during this time. One benefit was we're located in the middle of the Eversdal suburb, and we have neighbors that reside in the area, and they supported us tremendously during the time, and that built up already a good client basis, so that as soon as we could open up as a restaurant, they were the first supporters to come to the restaurant, simply because we looked after them during the difficult time.
So the lockdown came with challenges, I'm sure, for everyone, for some more than others, and we were in the fortunate position of being able to go online very quickly. We were able to go online and service our clients online in a way that was satisfactory for our clients and that we felt was at a good level of standard for us as well. So the lockdown really, it helped us grow, it helped us develop as a company, it really kind of refocused our areas when it comes to things like marketing and building relationships, and we really took a step back and started focusing on the fact that there are people on the other side of the receiving of the marketing, and when we look at that, we realize that there are relationships to be built and to maintained as well. So we really spent lockdown focusing on those things, building relationships, making sure that we are giving to our clients what is the best, to the best of our ability.
The COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown really hurt a lot of businesses, and with people not being able to visit restaurants or be able to travel, meant that a lot of the companies couldn't stay open, which meant that you have to find new innovative ways to do business going forward.
So obviously with lockdown, our business, our hotel offering accommodation and doing events, we couldn't do that anymore. So everything went, like all hotels, everything was shut down. So I found myself at home and I decided to pursue something that I was very passionate about, my studies and growing more and acquiring more skills that I can use back in the industry. So I spent most time studying online, and I decided also to assist my parents start up their own business, a food truck business. And lucky enough, in our final year, we did a business plan, and that gave me an idea of what I needed to do to help them start up their own business. We had to do an operational plan, we had to do a marketing plan, we had to do a finance plan, and I had all that knowledge at the palm of my hands because of IHT. So it helped me to refocus my energy during the lockdown.
Going forward, we have to find new innovative ways of doing business, and one of the most important things from the hospitality industry and from us that's working in it is to make people that is traveling and that wants to come and visit these properties feel safe, that our protocols are in place and that we are following all the rules, and that we will make it still the same experience. However, we need to understand that business going forward is not going to be the same. And one of the great things that us as South Africans do is we are great at hospitality, so we will find ways of doing this great again.
I definitely believe that there is hope for our tourism industry in South Africa post lockdown. We have built up such a large tourism base, and people want to come back and see what we've done in our nation during lockdown. And I truly believe as South Africa, we have a lot to offer. We have beaches, we have mountain areas, we have the winelands, and I truly believe that that is what creates the beauty of our nation.
I definitely feel that there's hope for our industry post-lockdown, simply because there's this tension building up for people to celebrate. And as soon as lockdown has been lifted, we're going to be there to help those celebrate, and we're going to celebrate with them.
There's definitely hope for South Africa's tourism post-lockdown, because we provide the escape that people need. We provide a home away from home. We provide everything that is carefree, and we are always there to provide the exciting food, the exciting events, and people will always come back to us. So we're definitely coming back with a bang.
So when we look at the post-lockdown tourism industry and hospitality industry in general for South Africa, I think we are all very hopeful. I mean, someone knowing the bit of the background of the hospitality and tourism industry, I definitely think there's hope. We as a nation are very ingenuitive. We revel at the opportunity to grow and develop, and I think that this has been a big stumbling block for a lot of us financially and in terms of growth, specifically for the hospitality and tourism industry. But there's a lot of opportunity for growth that comes from this challenge, and I think as a nation we already have risen up to the challenge and kind of taken it and stepped up to the plate. It's great to see what the industry is already doing. So yes, I do think that there is hope for greatness after post-lockdown or after COVID.
Right, next we're going to take you on a campus tour. First stop, our printing area. Our students have Wi-Fi access throughout the campus. In addition to that, they have the facilities to print all their work to submit to lecturers. Upstairs is a wonderful library area for all research facilities and purposes. Let's go and join one of our classes. At IHT Hotel School, we never have more than 2 student groups on campus at any given time. That is because one of our groups is always in industry. As you can see here, one of our classrooms is currently being used for a lecture. Right, next up we have boardroom facilities which our students are allowed to make use for meeting times,
for planning and for studying if need be. Next up, follow me outside. As we head outside, you can have a look at the beautiful and picturesque environment in which our students get to enjoy some of their free time. This contributes exceptionally well to the learning environment that we at IHT Hotel School aim to provide. So thank you for joining us. We look forward to welcoming you next time.